Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just did a couple of readings right before this. If you were tuning in, today is January 28th. Not that that matters. Readings are always going to be timeless. The energy is whenever you're guided to it, that's when it applies to you. But I needed to say that because I just mentioned that I did a couple of videos. So if there's something that I say in this video, if something in here resonates with you, I bet those other two videos are going to resonate with you too. So you can go back and look through the titles. I have my music on right now. I have the Fleetwood Mac radio station on. And I got a new deck of cards. And I haven't worked with tarot in a while. I've really been drawn to oracle cards because it's, I'm an energy reader, and so I pull one card out and it tunes me into all the energy that's around me, and it just creates this flow, and I just go and go and go. Tarot is a lot more specific, and there's a lot more details that it brings out, and so you get the majority of your messages from, for me anyway, get from the cards themselves. So there was this need in me to have that freedom, to have this expansion, to have this wide open spaces, I hear, by looking at a card and saying, I feel into this, and then I see this, and then they're showing me this, and then they're showing me this too, and I smell this, and blah, 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 and going with it, and going with the flow of the energy that I'm sensing from all of my senses, and blah, blah, blah. Tarot tends to tune me into my clairvoyant senses and clairaudient senses a little bit more than the other ones. And I was needing to develop all the other ones too, especially clairsentience, where I was using what I was feeling in my body and not resisting the feelings that were coming up, which sometimes is hard for us to do and separate ourselves from when we're experiencing and feeling the energy of someone else, someone else's message through our physical body, through our feelings, as if it's our own. It's hard to separate from that and release that afterwards. And so there's a process of mastering that comes in, that I feel like they had guided me to, the more oracle cards more than anything else, to help develop that and to help start to master the clairsentient energy and be able to flow with it and allow it, but also create boundaries and the barriers and energy maintenance and stuff like that I was needing. So I'm feeling a real draw and pull back to tarot again, and getting a little bit more specific, diving into my dominant, intuitive clairs that I have going on, and it feels like some of you are too, okay? Dipping into the clairsentience and the empathic, our empathic nature, sometimes backing off of it sometimes too, knowing when to allow it to flow, knowing when to really let yourself move into it, but then also knowing how to release that and come back into your other senses. I don't know why I'm explaining all of that right now, but I don't need to know why. Sometimes I just do what I'm told. Not sometimes. I should do it more often, but I have my music on, so a song just came on and I want to listen to it real quick because it just stood out. Go with your heart, go with your head. My last video, I was talking about finding the sweet spot between your heart and your head. Babylon. So part of what I'm noticing right now is that when the music came on, when I tuned into the music, it made me move. It made me move. And I think that's part of the message, is that some of you have abandoned music, stopped listening to music, because it makes you feel certain things, or because it's the expression of certain feelings inside of you, but you're missing out on the music that moves you, stuff that really moves you. Whether it's, I used to tell people all the time, they would say, what's your favorite music? What's the kind of, I'm like, Who can say that? Music means so much to me. It's like, it depends on my mood. It depends on where I am. It just, music knows me. It just, what is my favorite type of music that day is whatever moves me, whether it's my heart or my ass. And for some of you, you've been avoiding listening to music or feeling music because of whatever kind of heart emotions or connections it has brought up for you. It's painful to listen to certain songs. Every time I listen, I feel this message from my divine masculine, or I know that it's a message from this person, or it makes me cry, or it makes me happy, and that is too much of a jump for me, or whatever it is. But you're missing out on the music that's moving your ass too, because there's something about moving energy by moving your body. Sometimes it's just like, I'll do a meditation, or I'll be talking, or I'll be channeling, or whatever it is, and my body, I cannot stop it from moving. It's important that we allow the energy to flow in that way for it to come out. So for some of you, you got to start listening to music again, okay? You got to start listening to music. For others of you, it's about intentionally listening to songs that move your ass instead of your heart, because it's going to move your heart in a different way than what you were expecting, or it's going to help you to move through the things that are keeping you in like sadder energy or something like that. It's like, stop listening to that song over and over again. You have expressed what needed to be expressed, or experienced what you needed to with that song. Now listen to this song. And I'm hearing something by this one, hold on. Take on Me. Take on me. I don't know who sings it. Echo, what song is this? By a-ha. Take on Me by a-ha. It's an older song. But there's something about the energy in it that is going to move you. For some of you, that may be like a specific song that means something to you, but there's a message in the songs. And start having fun with it again. We need it. You need the music back in your life. Allow it to sing. Allow yourself to sing. Some of you, it's specific to let yourself sing. Okay? All right. Sometimes just the notes that they hit, it's just like, oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great. I like that. Like, it's time to start letting yourself sing again, okay? Letting yourself experience the singing. Okay. Okay, so I'm just asking right now, kind of what the message is about or who the message is for. And I just heard Divine Feminine. And I just got this new deck. It's called Tarot of the Abyss. Really beautiful. God. I have another deck too. It's called the Bianco Nero, this black and white kind of deck. It's similar to this, but there's something about these black and white images. This one has more sketches on it. It's more sketchy, not sketchy, but sketchy. Oh, so Divine Feminine. I'm just going to feel into this for a second, okay? We got 9 of Pentacles and the Chariot. Happiness is what moves you forward. Yeah, I get it. Okay. So this is the Oracle card that came out from the Quantum Oracle, and I'm telling you this because a lot of you are really, really drawn to cards and wanting to get back into it for yourself, or you're really wanting me to start reading cards again, and I could feel that from you, and there's this real draw to cards. So that's what we're going to focus on a lot more. Okay? Joyous fun. For some of you, this is about the energy of something when you were 7 years old. It could be an actual carnival, drawing off of the feeling of when the carnival used to come to town, and it was just this, like, this pool, all your friends were doing it, and doesn't happen very often, and so you take advantage of it when you can. For some of you, that is going to start happening. Events are going to start popping up around you that don't hesitate. Just go to it, okay? Don't let anything hold you back. You're going to start meeting people at these places that are real connections in your area, in your immediate area. It's really important for you, Divine Feminine, to be connecting with other like-minded people. They're reminding me about, I'm doing a workshop at a metaphysical store near me for teaching people how to read cards. So I'm doing a workshop in person, and I've really been guided to do more of those and do more of my work in person. But also to start connecting with people, more like-minded people in person. So if something comes up, and let's say it's like 40 minutes away, and you would normally hesitate because it's like, well, is it going to be worth it? I'm not going to know anybody there, blah, blah, blah. Don't second guess yourself. Just feel into it. Karen said I got to go to it. I'm just going to go to it. There's something in it for you. In reestablishing the connections in your electrical grid around you. 133, okay? There's something in the consciousness of Christ. That's what I hear. Some of you are called to church. That's what I'm hearing too. Some of you, maybe somebody invited you to their church, or for some of you, it could be specifically church. For some of you, going to events like this and connecting with like-minded people is the energy of church. That's what church is. I'm going to church, and it helps you establish your connection with Source. It helps you establish your connection with yourself, and that is church. That you're connecting with the light of authenticity inside of you and the light of God, essentially. So going to these events, whatever it is, there's another one that's called Karma Fest around me, and they have all kinds of readers and all kinds of crystals and just like-minded people. For some of you, it could just be this grocery store that you haven't been to in years, and all of a sudden you're reminded about it. And it's like, well, I used to love their apple fritters there, and I'm feeling really, I don't know, I guess I just need to go there. And you go there and you see a sign about something, and take advantage of it, or whatever it is. Like, there's some sort of event that they're wanting you to go to, because it's reestablishing the thing inside of you that allows you to connect with others, that you're putting out this frequency. You have been putting out this frequency of this desire to have friends, like Divine Feminine. Our friends are so important, especially other feminine friends. Whether that's a man or a woman, a Divine Feminine can also be a man, but connecting with like-minded souls. It's important for Divine Feminine, collective, sistering kind of energies to start coming together. And they're also reminding me that somebody texted me right before this video, and it was someone that I had done a couple of sessions for in person who invited me to their, just like, me and this other woman are really wanting to get together a little bit more often and just create these opportunities for laughter, and maybe we'll play some cards, maybe we'll draw some cards, maybe we'll do this, but we really just recognize the need for more of that, and we want you to come with us. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go do that. So that is the energy of movement forward. You see that sign, just know that you're coming into alignment with real movement, and it's being elicited by some sort of happiness inside of you. Some sort of spark has lit inside of you. That's one of the biggest messages. Don't doubt it one bit. Some sort of spark has lit inside of you. And I told you, I posted a couple of videos right before this. I was talking about moving up the emotional scale. And feeding yourself with a happy thought is sometimes going from angry to scared. And knowing that I've just moved up the scale just a little bit, that creates the energy of happiness. It's a higher vibration. And so thinking happy thoughts is not just about running around dancing naked in the backyard under the full moon and, this free-flowing blah, blah, blah. Even though for some people that's exactly what the fuck you need to do. Even just the idea of going to a festival like that is generating this happiness that's going to lead you towards a connection with a friend in person. Whether you actually go to one of these festivals or not, thinking a happy thought that I like to express myself. It's not as, and joyous as what these kids are having at this carnival or whatever it is, but essentially it is, because you're moving up into vibration and you're allowing yourself to have a little bit of a higher vibration, right? For some of you, when we start doing that, when you start accepting where you are, please go back and watch that video. It's going to provide more opportunities for you to have connections and to go and have fun and have moments of laughter and to have giggle fests. I just heard. This is the way forward. Really focusing on your happiness and being happy with who you are. Divine Feminine. Being happy with who you are. Feeling successful in who you are. Do you feel like shit right now? Do you feel like, I just feel like I've been in such a rut lately and you've been so hard on yourself and blah, blah, blah. Yep, that's where I've been. And as long as you can say, it's okay though. It's okay. That's where I have meant to be. There's so much purpose in that. I was supposed to have been in that energy. You know why? Because it led me to this fucking video. It's okay that I feel in that energy right now, because she was just going through that too. And I feel the energy of the resonance of that. And I feel like the message that's coming right now is showing me how to go and do. Yeah, I accept that that's where I was and there's beauty in that. And I'm so happy about admitting that about myself, because there's other people around me who feel that way too, who just the resonance itself is going to help us too. That feels good. It feels good to know that about yourself and to know that there are other people around you experiencing the same thing that are meant to come together to provide community and lots of this shit is moving. So much stuff is moving. Lots of it is moving. Focusing on your happiness and seeking it in whatever way it appears. Just listening to the song. Shatter your illusions of love. Shatter your illusions of love, okay? Releasing expectation about what you thought your life was supposed to look like right now. Stop comparing yourself to other people. And if you're going to connect with other women, other feminines, you have to stop comparing yourself to other feminines. Accept yourself exactly right where you are. You're an individual. You are a sovereign being, and you are exactly who you're meant to be. The experience that you're going through, that you've been through, is exactly what you were meant to go through. And it's time to really allow yourself to be that and express the light of that. That's who I am. That's my experience. This is what I've been through. And then not hold yourself back and not have expectations for yourself and let yourself off the damn hook. They're just reminding me too, these women that said that to me, that invited me in that way, that are including me in that way, were clients of mine that I did readings for here in person. And at the end of the readings, it was kind of done and we were just chit-chatting and talking, and I shared something about myself. And I shared a little bit about what came up in their reading that applied to me, that I was looking to apply to my life. And it gave them the opportunity to resonate with me, not just as a reader who is providing them a service, but someone who is like-minded and who has a similar vibration. And there wasn't this barrier like, I'm here as your teacher and your guide and period, and that's it. I'm an equal, I'm a collective. I'm here, I'm just delivering the message and doing what I'm guided to do, but I'm getting the message just as you are, As soon as I come out of that channel and I separate from being the messenger in that way, now I'm your mirror. I mean, I'm your mirror anyway, but now I'm just the mirror for that. And I have things going on in my situation too, and even divulging or sharing just this much of it created this resonance and this connection with them where it's like they feel drawn to me in that kind of way because I shared myself, because I accepted where I was, and I wasn't afraid to share that part of myself. And I'm hearing you're never alone. You're never alone. I see all these roses down here at the bottom, and it really feels like the energy of Sisterhood of the Rose. The feminine is really coming in right now in order to re-establish feminine connections. That's what we're needing most of all, okay? Tune into the energy of your feminine. Tune into the energy of your feminine and let it lead you to those feminines around you. I have a video, I refer back to this many, many times, but it's coming up again. I channeled a message from Mary Magdalene probably a year and a half ago, probably 2 years ago. Scroll back through my videos. There's 2 of them. Keep going back. If you think it's that one, it's actually further back than that, where she talks about different types of union, and the union that needs to happen between divine feminines first, before your divine union and, you know, if we're talking about twin flame or we're talking about just soul partners or divine partners or whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, union comes from within, and that union happens from within you, but I believe that it happens and is reflected on the outside as well. And I believe it's important for divine unions and partnerships to happen in person, for the world to witness in a human way, to translate and anchor the energy that's coming from here and show them what that looks like in connection with other humans and romantic partners and friend partners and stuff like that. But she was talking about the necessary step of divine feminine unions happening first. It's the first wave of it happening. And there have been many, many different waves that have come through. I feel like a lot of divine unions are happening right now, but it feels like the connection and the unity between the divine feminine energy within them and the mirror of that outside of them, the tribe energy outside of them, has happened first. For a lot of you in this collective that are watching this reading right now, that's what's happening. There needs to be a union of divine feminines coming together and uniting, and I hear uniting in the Christ codes of sisterhood and sistering. Go back and watch that video, the Mary Magdalene video, because there's codes in my voice, there's codes in the transmission that are going to help to activate you to make those connections in person. Okay? We got to get back out into the world. Tune into your feminine. So they're telling me again, tune into your feminine, tune into your feminine. And they're showing me the roses around her head, adorning yourself. They're reminding me about how I got dressed today. I did my hair, I curled it just a little bit, and I never curl it. And part of that is because I'm going to see a friend of mine this weekend, and she gave me this curling iron. It's even funnier because she really adorns herself and really takes care of herself and really like puts herself together every single day, and it's important to her and blah, blah, blah. And I had been neglecting doing that for myself for a while here. I've been going through a lot of just self-reflecting and inner work and a lot of hermiting where I didn't need to get out of my PJs for a week or whatever. But now is the time to really start just expressing the energy of a beauty inside of you that it's shifting from having been a mask that we put on to shifting it to being an expression of some sort of light or color or feminine from inside of me. So doing that makes me feel, it doesn't make me feel a certain way, it reflects the feeling that's inside of me that I needed to access. And so sometimes we do things externally in order to elicit an internal response, and dressing myself up, putting my makeup on, curling my hair, whatever it is creating the vibration of that feminine confidence. It's generating it, it's reflecting it, and it's going to call in the other feminines around me who we're meant to connect with, right? So it's like putting out your bat signal, putting out your feminine bat signal. Yeah, because big manifestations are starting to happen right now. Things are real, like connections are starting to come in. We've got the Three of Wands. Things that you've been manifesting for a while, something has shifted, and it was like this. So you can see how the Chariot is moving towards the Three of Wands. There's so much momentum right now that these connections with your people, with other divine feminines, connecting in with and anchoring the confidence in that place is really what's helping to create this momentum towards a lot of things that you've been manifesting, including whatever union means to you, okay? Divine partnerships. I can have a divine partnership with a best friend. I can have a divine partnership with a business partner or with a romantic partner. So all of those things are coming into alignment, and it's the union of these feminines that are helping to make that happen, to create the flow and the anchoring of that, okay? Whatever it is, something is manifesting right now. Start to be clear about what it is that you are manifesting. It's kind of like, what is it that you want to manifest? Start focusing on consciously creating manifestations. There's a new moon coming up next week on February 1st. And regardless of when you watch this, it doesn't matter if there's a new moon actually coming up from when you watch this or not, but the energy of setting those intentions is a really important message for you. That's why you're here right now. But using the energy of the new moon in order to set intentions and create real visions for what it is that you want in your life, and the feelings and the energies and the, it can be specific things. You can make a list of specific things, specific characteristics, or specific, experiences that you would like to have in your life. But make sure that you write down the energies that it feels like too. Like, instead of writing down, I want to manifest going to a festival. I want to manifest a festival around me. You can write that too, but also write down, I'm manifesting something that is the energy of a carnival, the feeling of freedom, noise and joy and music and laughter and fun and freedom and balloons and the smell of popcorn and all of that. That's the energy that, I want to manifest. So I'm writing down all of these energies and these experiences and these feelings, and then really just start doing as many of those things as you possibly can. Like whatever, and if you elicit that feeling and that experience that you want to have, and it includes the smell of popcorn, maybe next week you go to the movies and you smell the popcorn and you are activating and in alignment with this manifestation coming into fruition right down the road. It's not the fullness of it, but you've now created the energy of another layer of that, and you're maintaining it by being in the energy of the popcorn. That's what I hear. So setting really clear intentions about what you want to feel like from now on. What is it that you want to feel? And it's coming from this place of what do you want to feel like? So, okay. So I see divine feminines writing up or writing down the characteristics of what they want in their masculine, or what they want their relationship to look like, or characteristics, certain characteristics. Which is all well and good. We've done that. I've actually done that with some feminines as a new moon ritual with them that I facilitated. But this time, it's about creating a list, creating intentions, creating the vision of what you want to feel like in the presence of this person, or what you want them to reflect from inside of you. So on my list of things in this relationship, I want to feel beautiful. I want to feel sexy. I want to feel adored. I want to feel free. I want to feel and experience flow. I want to feel happy. I just heard happy and joyous. I want to feel free. I want to feel connected. I want to feel this. I want to feel, and bringing out those things in you that it mirrors. Not that you're dependent on another person for those things, but I would like for this experience or this person or whatever it is to mirror the things from inside of me. Accepting and knowing that those things are coming from inside of you. When you say, I want to, this person or this experience to mirror those things from me, you are accepting the fact that those things are in you. And so now you have just tuned into those things inside of you because you're accepting that it's not coming from another person. I'm not relying on them for it. They're just going to be a mirror for those things, for me to be able to really witness those things inside of me. And really, as I say, I'm going to be witnessing those things inside of me, I'm actually witnessing it right this second. And so now you have just activated those characteristics from inside of you that bring you more into the essence of your feminine and who you are, and the light and happiness inside of you. Okay, that's how we get to it. That's how we get to the depth of our authentic feminine self, and the happiness that it brings us. I'm hearing that a lot of feminines are not happy with their femininity and being a feminine, or they're not happy with their bodies or happy with the way that they look or blah, blah, blah. And it's now that we're moving past the restriction and cutting ourselves off from that and finding beauty and defining beauty in a different way from within us. Okay. So the way that you express yourself to other people, the way that you support other people is really beautiful. The way, defining beauty in a different way and tuning into that within you. Okay. Other people around you, and once you start setting these intentions and these manifestations towards, this relationship or this person or whatever it is, you're actually creating that and become that as you envision it. And so other people are going to come in order to mirror that to you as well. So I want my divine masculine to, the connection that we have here, I want to feel beautiful. I want to feel really intuitive. I want to feel free in my intuition when I'm around this person. When you do that, the freedom of your intuition actually expands, and it may be that, someone that you read cards for a really long time ago, I'm using this example because somebody just did this for me, explained to me what it was that being free in my intuition did for them in a reading that I gave them. And they reminded me about the fact that I already am that. I just forgot about it. And so I tune right back into it again. I don't need that person to do that for me, but that part of me will be free and open and present way more then because of the intention and the vision that I set for those manifestations. I hope that makes sense to you guys. But it's like a ritual and a ritual that needs to be done in this new moon about what it is that you really want from yourself, what it is, how you're going to appear in the world, because you're expecting all of these things from a relationship or from other people or from, your divine masculine or whatever it is. But we have to start showing up in that way first and creating the vision of that and really letting ourselves feel into it and accepting the fact that you already are that is what starts to get the ball rolling with that. That's what makes it move forward in that way. Okay, so you're on your way. You're moving towards a divine partnership. Just know that enjoy the journey as you get to it. Enjoy the creative process of getting to that. And know that the destination is that it's not ending up in that place or in that relationship or whatever. It's the journey getting to that and the things that you discover about yourself and who you are, and the freedom of your light. That is the destination. Okay? Yeah, that feels really good. I'm going to see what's on the bottom of the deck. Four of Pentacles. Really, really, really valuing. Understand, holding tight to what you value about yourself. Really opening up and releasing the hold a little bit about what you find valuable, but also really knowing what you value about. What is it that you value about yourself? Creating this list of characteristics about what you value in someone else or in a relationship or whatever it is just a mirror for what you actually value in yourself that you're not necessarily able to see in yourself. So release your hold just a little bit on needing to get that energy from somebody else. The realization that it doesn't come from somebody else, it comes from us, and accessing that place within inside of us is actually going to make that mirror appear. But don't hold so tight from needing to get that from somebody else. You're getting that from the envisioning process, from the manifestation process, from the journey. Okay, that's on the bottom. That's the root of all of it. That's what's holding the energy of this up, is this need to release control just a little bit, but drawing off of your experiences and drawing off of, this is putting money in the bank too. So I'm hearing that this process, this manifestation process is going to start putting money in the bank as well, because you're eliciting all of this energy from, and this knowing about your value from inside of you. It's actually translating. Things are really going to start translating to like literal money and abundance in that way. Joy and happiness and really being free to be you is always that is abundance, really. But it feels to me like a lot of you are going to start moving forward in this has to do with career too. So not just, I've only been using the example of like union energy and things like that, but being in union with yourself also means eliciting all of those energies and all of those, that knowing about your light and your purpose in life and what you're meant to be doing and your mission and your work and your business and stuff like that. Manifesting and creating intentions and the energies behind what you want towards that too. Like really, really, really envisioning is actually going to start putting money in the bank. Okay, money and they want you to start putting money in savings too. Okay, really. Putting money in savings. It's like putting your energy into saving your energy for the things that really are starting to move you forward. So putting your energy into when you feel alignment, when you feel good, when you feel this, focus your energy in that place and not letting your energy be drained in other ways. Really start saving. Whether that's money or just being really mindful of your energy. Start putting it into places that that make you feel good and that are reflecting the happiness and the vision from inside of you. Okay? All right, ladies and gents. Divine feminines are also masculines too. Don't forget about that. Okay? Love you guys. Talk to you soon.